The phone's glow cut through the darkness, a sharp slice of light that split my sleep in two. It was 2:03 a.m., and the notification pulsed like a heartbeat. Busy now, I'll call later. From Claire, my wife. My chest tightened, not because of the words, but because of the hour. The message sat wrong, cold and abrupt, like a key that refused to turn in a familiar lock. I lay staring at the ceiling, the fan blades casting shadows that spun like vultures over my thoughts. Where was she? Why now? The bed felt enormous, the sheets icy, and the silence of our apartment screamed louder than any answer I could imagine. I typed, trembling. Where are you? Sent at 2:05. No reply. The blue ticks mocked me, confirming she'd seen it. I waited, seconds stretching into knives, each slice cutting deeper into fragile trust we'd built over 8 years. She'd said she was at a work event, a late-night gallery opening, mingling with artists and clients. Claire, the art curator. Her world was a maze of long hours and cryptic smiles. But tonight, this felt different. The air thickened, heavy with questions I didn't want to ask. By 2:10, the front door rattled. I froze, pulse hammering in my throat. Her keys jangled clumsily, hands unsteady. I sat up, mattress creaking, watching her silhouette slide inside. Claire moved like a ghost. Coat still on, auburn hair catching the faint streetlight filtering through the blinds. She didn't call out. She didn't turn on the light. She stood in the living room, staring at her phone, pale, breath uneven. When she looked up and saw me, her eyes widened and her phone slipped from her hand, clattering against the hardwood. "Mark," she whispered, voice fraying. "You're awake. Where were you?" My words came sharper than intended, each syllable a shard of glass. I wanted calm, to give her the benefit of the doubt, but my heart was a clenched fist, every beat a pain. She hesitated, lips parting as if to speak, then closing again. "The gallery," she said finally, voice careful, stepping around invisible broken glass. "It ran late. I told you." I stepped closer, floor cold beneath my bare feet. The apartment smelled faintly of her perfume, jasmine, sharp and clinging, but there was something else. Cigarette smoke? Bourbon? Calgon? My stomach twisted. "You texted me. Busy now." "What exactly were you busy with, Claire?" Her eyes flicked aside, guilt so quick I nearly missed it. "Chaotic," she said, shrugging off her coat and tossing it over the couch. "Clients, artists, everyone talking at once. I didn't mean to worry you." She forced a smile, lips trembling, hands fidgeting at her sides. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. Claire had been my anchor, the woman who laughed at burnt dinners, held my hand to my father's funeral, promised forever under a Tuscan sky. But the pieces didn't fit. The late nights, gallery openings, client dinners, quick drinks past midnight. They had grown too frequent. "Why didn't you answer my text?" I asked, voice low and steady, though inside I was unraveling. "You saw it," she said, face flushed, turning away to busy herself with her purse. Keys, wallet, anything to avoid my gaze. "I was driving," she said finally. "I didn't want to text and drive." "You were driving?" I repeated, bitter. "You texted me at 2:03. Home by 2:10. 7 minutes, Claire." The gallery was 20 minutes away. Her hands froze, purse slipping to floor. Silence fell, deafening. She looked at me, eyes glistening, and I braced for the truth, the name of someone else, the shattering of everything I knew. Instead, she stepped closer, voice soft but desperate. "Mark, please, you're overthinking this. I was at the gallery, got caught up, drove home. I'm here now. Can we just go to bed?" Her words were a plea, but felt like a dodge. I wanted to shake her, to rip the truth from her, but I couldn't move. My mind replayed every late night, every vague excuse, every time her phone had buzzed and she'd angled it away. I thought of the colleague she mentioned too often, Evan, charming, hand lingering too long on her arm at a gallery event. I'd laughed it off then. Now it burned. "Claire," I whispered, "if you're lying, just tell me, please." Her breath hitched, and for a fleeting moment, I saw something raw, guilt, fear, maybe love. I'm not lying, she said, voice cracking, looking away, fingers twisting the hem of her sweater. I'm just tired, Mark. Can we talk in the morning? I nodded, instinct screaming to press harder, but fear held me back. Fear what she might say, what would mean. We went to bed, her body curled away from mine, the space between us a chasm. I lay awake, staring at the spinning fan blades, each rotation a reminder of the questions circling my mind. The next morning, she was gone before I woke. A note on the counter read, "Early meeting. Back tonight." I didn't go to work. I sat at the kitchen table, fingers burning with her phone's passcode, a date from our first trip together. I'd never snooped, never wanted to, but doubt had poisoned me. I unlocked her phone. Messages hid under a thread labeled work. Evan's name repeated endlessly. A text from last night. Meet me out back 1:30. Her reply, on my way. My hand shook. Each message was a dagger. You're making this hard, he'd written. I know, she replied, but I can't stop. The phone slipped from my hands, hitting the table with a dull thud. My world tilted. I wanted to scream, cry, confront her, but all I could do was sit, drowning in the truth. She'd been home by 2:10, shaking, not from the cold, but because my text had nearly unraveled her secret. When she came home that night, I waited, phone on the table between us. Her eyes widened, frozen just as they had at 2:10 a.m. Mark, she started, but I held up a hand. I know, I said, voice steady despite the storm inside. I know about Evan. Her face crumpled, tears spilling. She didn't deny it. Instead, she sank to the floor, sobbing, apologies spilling in broken fragments. She loved me, she said. Didn't know why she'd done it. Begged for forgiveness. But the words fell hollow, echoes in a house already abandoned. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just looked at her, the woman I'd loved for 8 years, and saw a stranger. The betrayal wasn't just Evan. It was every moment she'd chosen lies. Every fake smile, every broken promise. I stood, walked to the door, and left her there, sobs fading behind me. Outside, the city buzzed, indifferent. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I couldn't stay. Not with her. Not with the ghost of who we used to be.